I hope you weren't planning on this being a sentimental reunion.
I wasn't planning on anything, really.
Good. You taught us. The valley of disappointment always lies between the mountains of hope and expectation.
Well, that goes back a long time. Surprised you remember.
How can I forget? You did your best to keep us in that valley for most of our lives.
People can change, Amber.
Maybe, but I doubt it. Besides, the past can't change.
No, but our feelings about it can.
I'm very comfortable with my feelings about the past, and I did not come here to change them.
Okay, so you made your point. You don't want me to build up any false expectations, and you're determined not to change. So why are you here, Amber?
Curiosity, mostly.
Curiosity.
My mother's the shrewdest woman I know. I came to see firsthand what was deceiving her.
Nothing's ever accepted at face value with you, is it?
Nothing. I had a very intelligent father who taught me the danger of that.
He also taught you respect and the wisdom of reserving judgment. At least he tried to.
What about that man who saw Senator McCarthy for what he really was? What about the man who denounced that rebellion in San Carlos as fascist? You even raised $10,000 to help the refugees there. You're the same man who called the religious leaders in this town destructive because they dared oppose your abortion clinic. Yes, Daddy, you're right. You taught me the wisdom of reserving judgment. The list goes on. Care to hear it?
No.
What about Kevin, then? What about the fact that you killed my brother?
My son.
Would you lie for me to reserve judgment about that? You destroy your own life, and then you take large chunks out of ours. And whether you realize it or not, there are still people in this town who laugh at us because of you.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
So you admit it?
Yes. And it's too bad I'm not getting real honesty and openness from you. Not that it's something you ever really practiced.
Well, I had a good teacher in that area as well. Kate, I promise I'll never drink again. I'll make this up to you someday, Amber.
Look, what's the point of going on like this? It's obvious we don't agree with each other.
The point is that you're behaving in exactly the same way. You're self-destructive, Dave. You destroy all those lives around you. Well, I'm here to be sure that you never take anybody else with you again.
Don't be presumptuous, Amber. You think you're the only one who has the truth in any of this. But it's only your version of the truth.
As opposed to your version.
The truth will speak for itself no matter what we say. All right, look, I don't deny the past. But I don't deny the present either. My life has changed. Your sister has seen that, and I'm trying to let your mother see that too.
That's a lie! You're using all the memories of your life together before the accident as some kind of a smokescreen. No, as a bait to lure her back to you again.
No, you're wrong. Look, we had many good times together, and many bad times too. But we can't use that as a basis for what we might have in the future. Too much has changed to do that.
You don't care what you base it on as long as you get what you want.
All right, Amber, I think we're just wasting our time.
What else can you base a relationship on if it isn't on the past? Which you see through rose-colored glasses. Okay, so now you're off the bottle. Who do you think you're kidding? The first little pressure, the first argument, and you'll hit it again just like a baby.
Is there any way I can make you believe me? No.
Okay. There is one question that I'll believe your answer to. Are you still in love with my mother?
Yes. I've never stopped.
Then let her have what she wants. Let her marry Lee Carruthers.
Hey, Mom, I tell you, that boy has an awful lot of energy for someone who's supposed to be sick.
Jane, I hope that's not a complaint.
Oh, no, not at all.
Well, 1 or 2 more days here, and I think he'd be about ready to go home.
Well, good, because I missed yelling at that little rascal about turning that television off in the mornings. Who was that on the phone?
Oh, that was Carla. She wants you to pick up 2 gallons of milk on the way home.
2?
Ah, that's what she said. She also made a little comment about 1.5 being for Monk.
Yeah, that turkey does drink an awful lot of that stuff.
Well, she didn't mean it as a joke, Jane.
Yeah, I didn't think she did.
Still no change, huh?
Oh, yeah, there's been a change, all right. I mean, have you heard the latest that's been going on in the family? Charles Carpenter has accused Monk of stealing this little expensive watch that he gave Eric. Now, according to Monk, the 2 of them were down at the huddle, Carpenter and Eric, and Eric must have dropped the watch in the seat where he was sitting, and Monk found it after they left.
Oh, well, Charles Carpenter's not going to press charges.
No. Thanks to Miriam and her help, I got him to back off. I only wish I had that much luck with Carla. You know, Mom, I don't think Monk is going to be living with us much longer. I really don't. If that little Carla doesn't out and just tell the boy that he's going to have to leave, sooner or later, he's just going to up and leave on his own. And quite frankly, I'm surprised that he's put up with this mess this long. My only hope is that, well, the pregnancy is the reason that she's been acting the way she has. You know, and then when the baby is born, if Monk is still living with us, hopefully we can, things will be a little sane around here.
Well, Jane, let's hope it doesn't come to that. But if necessary, I've got a place here and he's always welcome.
Oh, Mom, thanks. But I hope it doesn't come to that. Meantime, I better get out of here. I got to get back home. No telling when I'm going to have to referee next, huh?
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, don't let nobody tell you different, but I think you makes the best apple pie in town.
Oh, it's my pleasure, son.
Hey, I'll call Jimmy in the morning.
Oh, well, good night, sweetheart.
All right. See you later.
Is that what you want me to do, Amber? Just step back and let her marry a man whose ego is only outdistanced by his ambition?
No, that's where you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You are. Lee Carruthers can offer her things that you never gave her. Attention, for instance. Position. A chance to hold her head up high again in Kingsley. If you were really in love with her, how could you not see that and want that for her?
But I am in love with her.
Maybe this is a waste of time. You are so blind, Dave Phillips.
I'm blind. Why don't you open your eyes? Why don't you visit here during the day when 60 patients walk through that door? And why didn't you come to the fundraiser when everybody you consider important in Kingsley was here to donate to this vision? This dream that Ben Martin and I created out of nothing. No, I'm not blind, and neither is your mother. If she were, she wouldn't have worked so hard to make the fundraiser the success that it was.
So you've made your mark here in the ghetto.
If that's supposed to be an insult.
Merely a statement of fact.
The way you see it, it's very unbecoming, Amber.
Well, I didn't come here because I wanted your approval.
No, you never did want it. Why do you always take such pains to denounce the things that you really want the most?
Do I?
Yes. Why don't you just say it? You want your mother to live the life of a congressman's wife. The house in Georgetown, the receptions at the White House, casual chats with heads of state over cocktails.
That's the life Kate Phillips was meant to have. She is the most respected woman in this city in spite of what you did to her. If you really loved her, why would you stand in her way?
I'm not standing in her way.
Oh, sure you're not. You just want to give her a life of lunches with winos and reformed prostitutes instead, not to mention the cold shoulder from everyone she knows in Kingsley. Do you honestly think she'd take your offer seriously?
Obviously you do, or you wouldn't be here. Do you know what else she'd get if she married Lee? In addition to the sparkling social life, she'd get a man who craves political power so much that nothing else matters to him, including your mother's feelings. He's using her, Amber. She's a political tool, something to get him to Washington and then help him stay there. He doesn't love her.
And you do.
More than you do.
I resent that.
All these things that you've been talking about. They're no substitute for real love. The kind of love that the rest of us need to exist, especially your mother.
Even if what you say about Lee is true, and I don't think it is, you're using her more. You're using her as some sort of a life preserver to keep you from becoming the hopeless drunk that you are. If Lee is using her, at least he's giving her something in exchange for it. You want to give her love? I'm sorry, I don't buy that. You may have been capable of it once, but it was a long time ago.
You're wrong. I'm more capable of it now. I even love you at this moment.
Don't do me any favors.
I won't. Because as much as I love you, I can't truthfully say that I like you. I'd like you to leave now.
Don't worry, I'm almost finished.
You are finished, Amber.
No, I'm not. Not by a long shot.
Excuse me. I'm here to see Russ Weaver. Do I give my visitor's pass to you?
Oh, no, to the nurse on the second floor. That's where Mr. Weaver is. This is main 3.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, Mrs. Davidson.
Hello, Stacy.
And don't tell me you're still working.
All right, I won't tell you.
I never did think the hours involved in the medical profession were fair.
Well, it looks to me like journalism isn't much better.
Oh, tonight anyway. I'm doing a story on Russ Weaver, and since visiting hours end in about 15 minutes, I think I'd better hurry.
Oh, well, don't let me hold you up, please.
Not.
Say, Stacy, I know you're busy right now, but why don't you come over to the house sometime and have a cup of coffee with me? Would you like to?
Oh, I'd love that. I
Okay,
really would.
good. Well, I won't keep you. You go ahead.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me.
Well, quiet evening tonight, Ellen? Very good. Say, how would you like to get Mrs. Danworth's paperwork together? She's going to be transferred up to 6. You'll be getting an ortho from the ER to take her place.
All right.
Thanks. Dorothy Johns will get back to you with more details.
Great.
I'm going to go home.
Good for you.
Hi, Terry.
Hi.
Have you seen Ben? According to the board, he hasn't left yet.
He's in with Laurie. He brought in a dinner catered by Chez Armand.
Oh, well, I don't want to interrupt that.
Well, if it has something to do with the clinic, I don't think he'd mind.
No, it doesn't. It's more personal. But I think it'll wait till tomorrow.
Doesn't sound like it should.
Amber stopped by the clinic tonight and unleashed several years of venom on me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe it'll be therapeutic for her. Nobody should keep that much hatred bottled up.
Look, I'm on my way home. Why don't you follow me and we'll have a cup of coffee?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Please? I think you should. Better to have coffee with me than...
And a double scotch with a bartender?
Please don't say that, Dave Phillips.
I'm sorry. That was my fear, not yours. Okay, I will. But on one condition.
What's that?
That you let me stop first and get some ice cream to go.
Cool. We'll even let you pick the flavor.
All right.
I want Swiss chocolate with almonds.
Look, I've already given my story to your newspaper. I've got nothing else to say, okay?
I'm not here for a rehash of what's already been said.
Well, there certainly hasn't been any new developments. It's kind of hard to make headlines lying in a hospital bed.
Anything new on your prognosis?
Yeah, I've been told that if I played the violin before the shooting, that I'd have no problem playing within a couple of months.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Look, if you don't mind, I think that visiting hours ended a couple minutes ago.
What if I said I was interested in what happened before all this? What if I wanted to know what made a man decide to live off the pain of other people? What if I wanted to know what made that same man decide he was wrong and should make amends? No one's been interested in that so far, but I am. And I think it's something you'd like to have told.
What makes you think that?
Because you don't strike me as the kind of man who gives without expecting something in return.
Yeah, you're right. I got impunity when I told the cops what I told them.
But what were you really after? A clean conscience, maybe? What made you think you needed one?
Maybe I just decided I still had one. Look, there's lots of guys out there just like me who would laugh at the story that I could tell you.
After all you've been through, you're afraid of that?
Who said I was afraid? My point is, my story wouldn't make any difference to them.
But what about the people it would reach? What about the delinquent kid who's on the verge of his first big crime? What about the kid who's read the story by his homeroom teacher?
Those kids don't have people that care that much about them.
If it stopped one kid, wouldn't that make a difference?
If I laid down a condition to print a particular part, would you do that?
What's your condition?
Your newspaper said that I was legally dead for a couple of minutes.
Which was accurate, wasn't it?
Yes. But what they didn't say, what they wouldn't let me tell them, was that for that 2 minutes I was in hell.
Gee, my favorite flavor.
How about that?
Ooh, that looks good.
Here you go.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to hand me my ice cream.
Not
Thanks.
yet.
Say, you know, from what you've told me, it really sounds like Amber and Lee Carruthers make a very good team.
He inflicts the wound and she rubs salt into it.
So now what?
Oh, I don't know. My first instinct was to go to Kate and tell her about the bribe that Lee made. Not to mention the incident about the flowers and the punch, but not with Amber trying to convince Kate that I'm drinking again.
Which Kate will see isn't true.
Will she? I mean, I was a master at deception when I was drinking. Most alcoholics are. When you really think about it, too, it seems rather silly for one adult to point to another and say, well, you stole my flowers, or you spiked my drink. It is a bit ludicrous.
He paid me $10,000 to stay away from you isn't, though. And you've got that $10,000 as evidence.
Yeah, which is being used for the good of the clinic, thank God. But, you know, I have no real proof. Just his word against mine, and when you really think about it, it does sound like alcoholic paranoia.
Look, that is exactly the way Amber wants you to think. Now, don't give in to her, or Lee for that matter. Your truth is on your side, and that's a much stronger weapon than either one of them have.
You know, you're right. She is going to be my wife again, Terry. I know it.
Hi.
I was beginning to wonder where you were.
Don't worry about me.
How you doing?
Fine. Oh, what is this? Dinner with me? Dessert with my mother? Huh?
Well, it looks that way, doesn't it?
Oh?
Oh, Stacy was doing a little employment counseling over hamburgers at Leon's.
Employment counseling? I don't understand.
It was nothing, really.
I saw that. Is there a problem with your job?
No.
Peter?
Can't be a problem with my job if I don't have one.
What?
Some financial problems at Prescott Development. I'm sorry I spilled the beans, Peter.
That's all right. Please, let's talk about it tomorrow. I'm really kind of tired of the subject.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm just really kind of tired. Ice cream, huh?
Night.
Night.
Good night, Peter. Oh, don't worry. Everything's going to turn out all right with him.
Like it will for you. Dave, you know, at the hospital, when you made that remark about running out to a bar,
I'd be lying if I didn't say that I wasn't tempted sometimes.
and I respect that honesty, but please always remember that you've got support here, and with Ben and Ione, and none of us cares about where or when. So please just remember to consider us as your first option.
Thanks.
Why are you so convinced you're going back there when you die again?
Because I saw why I was there. And even though I may have a few more years here, I'd be hard-pressed to make up for all the garbage that I caused in the past.
But from what you've said about wanting to help kids who might be tempted to do the same things you did, about working with the underprivileged, it sounds as if you're going to try.
Yeah, I might try.
Okay. Having faced death before, and having the certainty that it's going to be the same way again, doesn't that make it difficult to go on?
No. No. No more than a cancer patient being told he's only got a few months to live. I'm sorry. It may not be a good analogy. But you know what I'm going to do the minute I step out that door?
No, what?
Gonna hop in my car, and we'll drive up to Pine View Lake. There's a waterfall up there I know about. It's really, really pretty. I'm gonna climb up the top of the ledge, and I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna watch that waterfall all day long.
And then?
And then I'm gonna rent a video cassette of Casablanca and watch Humphrey Bogart. Tell Ingrid Bergman how much he loves her. And then I might get drunk on some beers or something. Play ball with the neighborhood kids. Anything to forget about what's coming.
You're self-destructive, David. You destroy everyone around you. You want to use her as some kind of a life preserver to keep you from becoming the hopeless drunk that you are. If Lee is using her, at least he's giving her something in exchange for it.
Look, I'm on my way home. Why don't you follow me for a cup of coffee? Besides, better to have coffee with me than...
Then a double scotch with a bartender, right? Lord, help me. Give me strength.